Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for swinging by. Sorry I've been absent for a couple weeks. I have a lot going on right now. My wife's pregnant. Pretty excited for that. It's my first one. And got a lot of things going on at the shop, including we just released our own premium juice line called Squash Sauce. So I'll have some more details on that on the next video I post. Today I wanted to do something kind of different. I just wanted to talk about choosing the right e-cig for you, or the right mod for you, and what works out the best. So a couple of things you want to ask yourself is, one, what's your budget? That's the first thing I ask anybody who's new to the scene, is what their budget is, so I can kind of build something that's going to work the best for their budget. So set a budget. Typically, you guys, you'll be, I would say at least $100 for a decent setup that's going to work. And that can go all the way up to, you know, 300 plus, just depending on what you want out of it. So the first question you're gonna ask is, what's your budget? Okay. Next, you need to ask is, what's your reasoning for this? Are you new to vaping? Are you wanting to get into some cloud competitions? You know, do you want to blow big clouds? You know, kind of those basic questions. What are you looking for? So if you're new to the scene and you're looking to just quit smoking, but you want something that's gonna last and something that might work for you to grow into a little bit. One device I would look at is the sub box kit made by Tech. They put out two different versions of this kit. They have the nano version, and then they have their full size version, I guess you would call it. The nano version is a really small pocket friendly device, or purse friendly, wherever you store it. Really comfortable in the hand. And it has a pretty good range, anywhere from, I believe it's 10 watts up to 50 watts, which is plenty of power. Now, the tank that it comes with is rated for about 30 watts. You really don't want to go over that. But the nice thing with the sub box kits is it goes up to 50 watts. So that allows you some room to grow with the hobby a little bit, or with the use of it. A lot of times what I see is people get into the scene to quit smoking, and then they find that they're really enjoying it, and it becomes almost like a hobby for them. So the Subbox Mini is a great starting point for someone looking to quit that wants something kind of grow into. Okay, next question you want to ask yourself: do you want a dripper, RDA, or do you want a tank setup? I personally would think that the RDAs or the drippers are more for those who are going to be into it for the hobby, or the competition style of the industry, which is totally fine. But a lot of people do use them to quit cigarettes too. If they're looking for a really big punch, an RDA is definitely a good way. Although I would say a lot of the tanks that they're releasing nowadays perform just as well, if not better, than some of the RDAs that are out right now. And I'm sure you guys will agree. So again, just one of those questions. Are you wanting to get on the hobby side, you know, where you're gonna be tinkering with building coils, running your own cotton and things like that? Or do you want just something that is simple to use, you can load up and go? Now, if you're wanting to be on the side of something more simple, let's say you're a truck driver. We see a lot of truck drivers at the shop that I work at, and a lot of times they want a tank just for the convenience purpose. They're driving a lot, so it's really hard to sit there and drip while you're driving, and a tank is super convenient. Just load it up, you're good to go. Very little maintenance. I mean, you're changing a coil maybe once every week or so, versus the RDAs or the rebuildables, where you're gonna be changing those coils up once a week, if not more, but you're wrapping your own coils. It can be a little bit more time consuming. So first thing we're gonna ask is budget. What's your budget? Why you're getting into it? Is it to quit smoking, or you want to come into the hobby side of it? And do you want something that's going to be convenient, or something you might be able to tinker with? Those are the three biggest questions that I would ask yourself, you know, and based on that, you can kind of start selecting the type of mod or the type of tank or RDA that you'd like to use. The last question is going to be, do you want a regulated device or an unregulated device? Okay, so my input on this is, if you're looking for something more convenient, a little bit more user-friendly, I would probably go with a regulated device, okay? The reason being is everything, let's say you get an RDA with your regulated device, and you want it to be kind of a mellow hit, all you have to do is turn your wattage down, and that's gonna take care of that problem. Where if you're running an unregulated device or a device that doesn't have a circuit board or runs wattage, you're gonna have to rebuild the coils based on what you're feeling like that day. Now, typically, the unregulated devices are gonna be more for the hobby side of people. And they're typically pretty expensive depending on what you get. They're almost like collector's pieces. You know, they have some really neat unregulated mods coming out in the market. And that's what most of my reviews have been on. So unregulated, I would say, is more for the hobby side, more for the tinkerer. The regulated devices are gonna be more user-friendly, I feel like, and definitely more affordable depending on if you start getting into those DNA stabwood mods. Those can get really expensive. But for a decent, you know, Sigelia 150, you're looking right around $100 or so. But they perform really well. So that's the last question I would ask yourself. Unregulated or regulated? Do I want to be a hobbyist? Am I just trying to quit? Do I want something that's user-friendly? Those are gonna be the questions you're gonna ask yourself, whether you buy online or in a store. And hopefully that helps you guys out when you're shopping for your next unit, or if you're new to the industry and you're looking to get into it. Those are some of the things I'd ask yourself before you go out to an actual shop or go online to start looking for some different mods and stuff. So thanks again, guys, for swinging by. Next week, I'm gonna talk about our premium juice line that we just launched, Squatch Sauce. It's freaking awesome, and it's really good juice, you guys. I'm excited to tell you about it. So we'll talk about that next week. Please comment below. Let me know if you have any other questions or any other recommendations you'd like to hear. Or if I didn't answer something and you're in the market, let me know. And I would be more than happy to help point you in the right direction, guys. Hope you guys have a great day. Vape loud, vape proud. Take care, guys.